Okay, I know, reading sucks, it takes time, but listen to me. In this video, I'm gonna tell you about the one book, just one book, guys, that every producer, composer, artist has to read.
Chase freedom.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. On this channel, I'm all about encouraging producers to do more and be more. And this book is gonna help you do exactly that, trust me. And that book is Steven Pressfield's The War of Art. Now, I don't have this book in front of me because when I bought it years ago, it was so good that I had to pass it along to somebody else. So I was first turned on to this book and this author by Joe Rogan on the Joe Rogan Experience, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. And honestly, at the time, it was exactly what I needed. And it still is today, to be honest, especially if you've watched my last video. This book is essentially that. The way that he covers everything is just so brilliant and eye-opening. The whole premise of the book is basically he talks about resistance. He almost personifies resistance as like it's this force or this person in your life that's holding you back from reaching the goals and doing all the stuff that you want to do with your career and your passion. And I think for most people nowadays, they don't really realize how much time that they waste, that they could be working on their craft and getting themselves to point B like way faster than they ever expected. So in the book, he talks about resistance in the form of stress, in the form of a daytime job, just like everything that you can possibly imagine. And it's a relatively short book, but the value that it brings in, like the slap in the face that it gives you is just, it's unbelievable, which is why I recommend that everybody reads this. You could probably grab it at your library. It's a pretty popular book, but after he sets up resistance and tells you what it is in all its many forms, he goes into a lot about inspiration and how to find it and doing your work for the sake of doing the work, not for anything else, not for fame, not for success, just because you love doing it. And so he actually poses the question in there, if you were the last person on earth, would you still be doing what you think you love doing? And for me, the answer is yes. I mean, if I was Tom Hanks in Castaway alone on the island, I would have to be setting up some sort of percussion thing. I would have to have music. I can't even begin to imagine life without music. So I don't know if you guys agree with me on this. I'm sure you do, but it would be very, very dull. So don't be afraid to read this book. Fear is a form of resistance. Remember that. Don't be afraid in what you're doing. Dive headfirst into it. And I will leave you with this one quote that has always stuck out to me from this book. The more important a call or action is to our soul's evolution, the more resistance we will feel. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for today. Steven Pressfield actually has a couple other books that are really good for artists as well. Do the Work and Turning Pro. This is the one that I definitely recommend reading the most. Let me know in the comment section if you've read it before and what you thought of it, or maybe you think one of the other books is better. But as always, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.